A lot of eyes are on Arizona right now because of the controversial immigration law. But there is another concern there many people know very little about. People from terrorist nations are among the hundreds of thousands of people caught each year crossing the Mexico-U.S. border. Channel 2's Justin Farmer recently traveled there and shared what he learned with a Georgia congressman. Justin.
Well, Monica, we have documents showing people from Afghanistan, Iraq, Pakistan, all in custody for trying to sneak into the U.S. from Mexico. We rode along with Border Patrol agents to get a sense of what it takes to get here. And we surprised Congressman Paul Brown with what we learned. You spot something?
They're running south. They know that somebody's after them.
In the Arizona border town of Douglas.
And they've apprehended them just now, so we're going to try and catch up with them.
It's a 24/7 game.
We've got more people jumping.
Of cat and mouse.
10-4-306 is in the area.
Border agents use cameras, night vision, and underground sensors
straight ahead
to track and catch illegals who jump the fence between Mexico and the U.S.
You walked around in a circle.
We were with border agents as they caught these two men.
I caught this guy less than a week ago.
They catch the guys, they release them, and a couple of days later, they're back again. That doesn't solve any problem. It just keeps the back door to the United States, for all intents and purposes, wide open.
The Douglas border fence is easy to jump. It's relatively short. There's no razor wire. And just a couple miles outside of town, you can walk right into the United States. This fence is only meant to keep drug smugglers from driving their vehicles across. Agents have 2,000 miles of southern border to patrol and protect.
In some cases, you can still find the barbed wire fences.
This is the busiest spot in the nation for Border Patrol. Last year, they apprehended 250,000 people trying to enter the U.S. in the Tucson sector alone. Most are from Mexico or South America. Almost 20% have criminal records. And every year, hundreds of people caught crossing are found to be from terrorist nations. Since January, Border Patrol agents have been on the lookout for 23 Somalis with ties to al-Qaeda. The Somali terrorists were released from a Mexican prison and believed headed for the U.S. border. But hundreds of people from more than a dozen nations that sponsor terror are being captured every year sneaking into the country. The government no longer releases this list of what they called captured OTMs, other than Mexicans. But we obtained the list from a congressional staffer. It reveals that 9 years after 9/11, our open borders remain a major threat.
Iran, 42. Iraq, 42.
Georgia Congressman Paul Brown is on the Homeland Security Committee, yet he had never seen this list until we showed it to him.
It is shocking to see the amount of people from Middle Eastern countries coming in on that report. I tell you, this is something that our committee members really need to see. I'd like to have a copy of that list to take with me back to Washington so that I can share it.
Congressional reports show that Mexican drug cartels tightly control the smuggling of people and drugs. It's feared they're also helping smuggle terrorists and weapons into the U.S. The Arizona border may be 1,500 miles from Atlanta, but what's happening here impacts everyone in America.
We have hundreds and hundreds of folks coming from Middle Eastern countries, and frankly, I don't think most of these people are coming here to cut our grass. We must secure the border.
Well, go to the 2 Investigates page at WSBTV.com to see our complete list of people detained from nations that sponsor terror. And next Monday, we will have much more on the border threat, including the Mexican drug cartels and the route drugs take from the border right here to Metro Atlanta. Monica.
Thank you very much, Justin.